ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थविद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
नत्वा
श्री
श्रीभारती
भारती
तीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
अधीमहे पञ्चदशीं कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
अधीमहे
अधीमहे
पञ्चदशीं कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
पञ्चमहाभूत विवेक प्रकरणं 63तम श्लोकः। या शक्ति कल्पयेत् व्योम सा सद्व्योम्नोरभिन्नता।
या शक्तिः कल्पयेत्
व्योमासासर्वभिन्नताम्
आपाद्य धर्मधर्मित्वं यत्ययेनावकल्पयेत्।
आपाद्य धर्मधर्मित्वं
यावयेनावकल्पयेत्।
कल्पयेत्।
सतो व्योम व्योमत्वमापन्नं व्योम्नः सत्तां तु लौकिकाः
सतो
सतो
व्योमत्वमापन्नं
व्योमनः
व्योमत्वं तु
सत्तां तु
लौकिकः
लौकिकाः
तार्किकाश्चावगच्छन्ति मायया उचितं हि तत्
तार्किकाश्चावगच्छन्ति
तार्किकाश्चावगच्छन्ति
मायाया उचितं
मायाया
हि तत्
उचितं तत्
यद्यथा वर्तते तस्य तथा त्वं भाति मानतः
यद्यथा
यथा
वर्तते
वर्तते
तस्य
तस्य तथा
भाति
त्वं
मानतः
भाति मानतः
अन्यथा त्वं भ्रमेणेति न्यायोऽयं सार्वलौकिकः
अन्यथा त्वं
अन्यथा
प्रमेनेति
भ्रमेति न्यायो
न्यायोऽयं
न्यायोऽयं सार्वलौकिकः
सार्वलौकिकः
अस्माभिः दृष्टं यत् या शक्तिः या मायाशक्तिः ब्रह्मणि आकाशं कल्पयित्वा सद्व्योम्नोः अभिन्नताम् अभेदं तादात्म्यतां कल्पयति अभेदं कल्पयति अभेदम् आपाद्य कल्पयित्वा कल्पयित्वा धर्मधर्मित्वं व्यत्ययेन इत्युक्ते विपरीतेन वैपरीत्येन विपरीततया अवकल्पयति धर्मधर्मित्वं वैपरीत्येन कल्पयति इत्युक्ते आकाशः धर्मी भवति सद्वस्तु धर्म भवति वास्तविकतया सद्वस्तु धर्मी आकाशः धर्मः किन्तु धर्मधर्मित्वं विपरीततया इत्युक्ते आकाशस्य धर्मित्वं सद्वस्तुनः धर्मत्वं कल्पयति आकाशं कल्पयित्वा वैपरीत्यमपि कल्पयति धर्मधर्मित्वा वैपरीत्यमपि कल्पयति मायाशक्तिः सतः व्योमत्वम् आपन्नं व्योम्नः सत्तां तु इति लौकिकाः अपि लोके जनाः अपि तार्किकाः अपि अवगच्छन्ति ते अपि एतावदेव मन्यन्ते तार्किकाः तर्ककुशलाः अपि यथा कणादगौतमाः न्यायवैशेषिकाः तार्किकाः अपि मन्यन्ते तदेव मायायाः कार्यं मायायाः एव एतत् कार्यम् उचितं युक्तं भवति अघटितघटना पठीयसी माया इति अतः एव यातात्म्य यातात्म्य ज्ञानप्राप्त्यर्थम् अतः एव प्रमाणम् आवश्यकं भवति यत् वस्तु यथा वर्तते यत् वस्तु यथा वर्तते तत्तु तद्वस्तु वस्तुनः प्रतीतिः यथार्थप्रतीतिः तत्तु मानतः प्रमाणतः प्रमाणतः भवति प्रमाणेभ्यः एव भवति तदेव ज्ञानं वस्तुतन्त्रं यत् यथा वर्तते तस्य तथात्वं भानं तु प्रमाणेन भवति प्रमाणतन्त्रं यदि अन्यथा भवति अन्यथात्वं तत्तु भ्रमेण तत्तु भ्रमेण तत्तु विपरीतज्ञानं विपर्ययज्ञानं न तु याथात्म्यज्ञानं तत्तु भ्रमः इति भ्रमेण यथा यथा शुक्तिकायां शुक्तिदर्शनं याथात्म्यदर्शनं प्रत्यक्षप्रमाणेन शुक्तिका या शुक्तिका शुक्तिका अस्ति शुक्तिकायां शुक्तिदर्शनं तस्मिन् तद्बुद्धिः। किन्तु शुक्तिकायां रजतदर्शनम् अतस्मिन् तद्बुद्धिः तत्तु भ्रमेण भवति। अन्यतात्वं तदेव अन्यतात्वं। भ्रमेण किं भवति, यत् वस्तु वर्तते तद्वस्तु अन्यथा भाति, अन्यथा भासते। एतत्तु अयं न्यायः तु सार्वलौकिकः, लोके प्रसिद्धः एव। अतः एव श्रुतिप्रमाणेन, अतः एतावदेव अत्रापि श्रुतिप्रमाणेन एव धर्मधर्मी भावः सत्व्योम्नोः, यः धर्मी कः धर्मः इति अवगन्तुं शक्यते। मायाकृते भ्रमेण किं भवति, अन्यतात्वमेव भवति, अन्यतात्वमेव भाति। अन्यतात्वं तु अन्यताभावः तु भ्रमेण मायया भवति। अतः प्रमाणम् आवश्यकम्। अस्मिन् विषये किं प्रमाणं, शास्त्रमेव प्रमाणम्। अतः धर्मविषये तस्मिन् विषये शास्त्रमेव प्रमाणं। विचारं विना वस्तु अवगमनं, वस्तु निर्णयं भवितुं न शक्यते। अतः एव अत्र आचार्यः वदति, अस्मिन् श्लोके विद्यारण्यमुनिना उक्तं 66तमः श्लोकं पश्यामः इदानीं। 66। एवं श्रुतिविचारात् प्राक् यथा यद्वस्तु भासते।
एवं
एवं श्रुतिविचारात् प्राग् यथा यद्वस्तु भासते
भासते
विचारेण विपर्येति ततस्तच्चिन्त्यतां वियत्।
विचारेण विपर्येति ततस्तच्चिन्त्यता वियते।
श्रुति विचारात् प्राक्, एवं श्रुति विचारात् प्राक् यथा यत् वस्तु भासते, विचारेण विपर्यय इति ततः तत् चिन्त्यतां वियत् इति। अत्र पश्यतु, विचारेण विचारणेव वस्तु निर्णयः, वस्तु अवगमनम्। प्रमाणेन एव वस्तुनः याथात्म्यं तत्स्वरूपम् अवगन्तुं शक्यते। प्रमाणानां मध्ये अत्र श्रुतिप्रमाणं बलीयः। प्रमाणात् श्रुतिप्रमाणम् अस्मिन् विषये बलीयः। श्रुतिम् आश्रित्य एव विचारः करणीयः। न कुर्मः चेत् किं भवति, यद्वस्तु भासते श्रुतिविचारात् प्राक् बिफोर् श्रुतेः विचारः श्रुतिविचारः, श्रुतिविचारात् प्राक् यथा यद्वस्तु यथा भासते, विचारात् अनन्तरं किं भवति, विपर्यय। विचारात् अनन्तरं विपर्येति, विपरीतभावं प्राप्नोति इति। यद्वस्तु यथा भासते श्रुतिविचारात् प्राक् तद्वस्तु विचारानन्तरं विचारात् पश्चात् विपरीतं prapnoti. Before the inquiry of the vastu, before the inquiry of the vastu, with the help of Shruti Pramana, not resorting to Shruti Pramana, that which appears as what it is. After Shruti Pramana, that knowledge is negated. The knowledge of an object, of the vastu here, the knowledge of the vastu, which is gained, which is obtained before the Shruti Vichara, is negated after Shruti Vichara. It means that knowledge is wrong knowledge. Shruti Vicharat Prak Purvam Vastunaha Vastavam Rupam Vastavikam Rupam Jnatum Na Shakyate. Kimartam Jnatum Na Shakyate? Because right pramana is not operated. Right pramana being not operated, therefore knowledge will be wrong knowledge. Viparyaya jnanam. We think that jnanam to be the right knowledge. That is wrong knowledge. After the application of the Shruti, after applying Shruti, pramanena, pramanena, vasturaha pramam janayati. That knowledge negates the wrong knowledge. That is the right knowledge. Because the knowledge of a thing is vastu tantram. Unless you operate the right pramana, right knowledge is not possible. So before the right pramana, yat vastu bhasate, yat jnanam bhavati vastanaha tad jnanam, that is viparya jnanam, that is viparita jnanam. After the application of the pramanam, right pramanam, after applying like pramanam, vastunaha pramam utpadayati, pramanam. तेन यत् ज्ञानं पूर्वम् अस्ति तत्तु अज्ञानं, तत् अज्ञानम् अन्यथा करोति श्रुति प्रमाणम्. That knowledge is negated by the Shruti. Vichareena viparyeti ityukte viparitam prapnoti. It is negated. Viparitam means that knowledge of that the vastu is understood to be in a different way. It means it is right way after Shruti Pramanam. So, tataha tat chintyatam vyat. So, chintyatam vyat. Chintyatam means vicharyatam iti. Chintyatam. Akashasya vastavikatvam. Akasha vichara. Panchamahabhuta vivekaha. Taha akashasya vastavikatvam chintyatam vicharyatam. Vicharyatam vicharaniyam. Akashasya swarupam kim. Akashaha dharmiva iti vicharaniyam. Akashaha dharmiva uta dharmaha va. Vastu sat dharmiva dharmaha iti vicharaniyam. Vicharaha karaniyaha iti. So, therefore, Shruti Vicharat, Vicharanat, Prak Purvam, before inquiring into the Vastu with the right Pramanam, and here it is the right Pramanam, Shruti Eva Pramanam. What Pramanam is possible here? No other Pramanam is applicable. You cannot use Pratyakshadi Pramanam. There is no scope for Pratyakshadi Pramanam. In fact, Pratyakshadi are negated. They give wrong knowledge, in fact. That's a problem. Akasha is seen and Akasha is taken to be real. That is why we say it is existent space, existent Akasha. Wrong knowledge. That is by pratyaksha, the wrong pramana. What we do, that we take that to be the right knowledge. Yat vastu yata bhasate purvam prak vichara shruti vichara. Now what happened? That knowledge, which is wrong knowledge, arrived at by the pratyaksha, the pramanam. Now shruti vicharena, after inquiring into that with the help of shruti pramanam, that knowledge is negated. The wrong knowledge generated by the wrong pramanam is negated by the right pramanam. Whether you apply wrong pramanam or you don't apply any pramanam, avichara siddhihi api viparyaha eva. So that vastu now it is understood to be different. Viparyena, viparitadaya, viparita bhavam prapnoti. Viparita bhavam prapnoti is, it means here yatatmya jnanam. Vastavika rupam, vastavika jnanam, vicharena bhavati. Atah, therefore, chintyataam, yet akasha chintiyatam. Akasha should be inquired into. That vastavikatvam, that nature, the yatatmyam of the reality. What is akasha? The nature of akasha should be inquired into, whether it is real, sat, or asat, mithya. Because why this question sat or asat comes? Because we say existent space. Akasha. Akashasya स्वभावद्वयम् अस्ति इति पूर्वम् उक्तम्. अवकाशः सत् इति स्वभावः. So akasha becomes as though a reality, a sat, an existent entity, really existent entity, which enjoys two properties. One is existence, other one is avakasha. So therefore that is viparita jnanam, that is ajnanameva. Viparita jnanam is ajnanameva. So ajnanena aropitam sat anyata vastu, yat vastu anyata bhati. अतः एव यथा वर्तते वस्तु तस्य तथात्वं तु प्रमाणेन श्रुति प्रमाणेन भवति इति. अन्यतात्वं पूर्वम् अन्यथा भवति, अन्यथा भाति. तत्तु भ्रमेण अथवा प्रत्यक्षादि भ्रमेण मायया भ्रमेण प्रतीयते. मायया भ्रमेण प्रतीयते. And of course, it is corroborated by Pratyakshadi Pramana. Operating the Pratyakshadi Pramana, what appeared that is taken to be as it is, but it is not. Why? Because there is wrong application. There is wrong Pramana application. Wrong Pramana is applied. Right Pramana to be applied for the right knowledge. Wrong Pramana leads to wrong knowledge, and that knowledge taken to be the right knowledge. So that has to be negated. That is the viparitatam prapnoti. When the right pramanam is applied, vicharena, vastu vicharena, shrutim ashitya, vastu vicharan krutva, viparyeti. The wrong knowledge is negated. Is the viparita bhavam. It means viparita. Viparita means opposite. The wrong knowledge, the opposite of wrong knowledge is what? Right knowledge. So right knowledge is gained by vicharena, shruti vichara. Therefore, chintyata, therefore, akasha should be vicharyatam ityartaha, to be inquired into, should not take it for granted by applying the wrong pramana. So, akashasya rupam, vastavikatam, yathatvam, tu vicharaniyam, vicharam krutva mithya iti avagantum shakyate, iti acharyah udati. एवं भ्रांत्या विपरीत प्रतिभानं दर्शयित्वा तन्निवृत्ति उपायम् आह. Viparita pratibhanam, the appearance. appearing completely, appearing contrary, opposite, viparita pratibhanam, dharma dharmitvam, apadya, viparita pratibhanam, appearing, yata the shuktika is appearing as rajata, or rajju is appearing as snake. Similarly, here akasha is appearing as though the it is real. That is viparita pratibhanam. Viparita pratibhanam is yat vastu anyata bhati. That is viparita pratibhanam. Viparita pratibhanam mayaya अथवा माया अथवा विपर्य अथवा प्रत्यक्षादि प्रमाणेन ततो शास्त्र प्रमाणेन प्रत्यक्षादि प्रमाणेन प्रत्यक्ष इत्युक्ते प्रत्यक्ष पंच प्रमाणम शब्द प्रमाणम वर्जयित्वा अन्य प्रमाणेन विपरीत यत् भ्रान्त्या विपरीत प्रतिभानं भवति विपरीत प्रतिभानं दर्शयित्वा हैविंग शोन विपरीत प्रतिभानं भ्रान्त्या भ्रान्ति मूल प्रमाणम इज प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाणम. Therefore, we go by Pratyaksha Pramanam to start with anything. For the inquiry, Pratyaksha Pramanam. But what is Pratyaksham? We cannot arrive at the knowledge of a thing just by Pratyaksha. You see mirage water, Pratyaksha. You see water. Can the water quench your thirst? You see water. I sees water. Pratyaksha Pramanam. The water must be real. But the water is not there. The Pratyaksha is the Pramanam is contradicted. So that is not the right Pramana. Then what we do? We have applied Anumana. Even though water is there, still water is not there. So Viparita Pratibharam, water is there. That is Bhranti. That Darshayitva, Tad Nivritti Upayam Maha. Nivritti Upayam to remove, to Nivritti, to remove that wrong Bhanam, Pratibhanam, Viparita Bhanam, Upayam Aha Acharyena. What is Upayam? Evamiti. Eva Muktena Prakarena, by the said method, manner. Shruti Vicharat Prak, Shrutyartha Vicharat Purvam, before the inquiry, before inquiring into with the help of Shruti, right Pramanam. Asmin Vishaye Shruti Eva Pramanam. Therefore, Shruti Vicharat Prak, Purvam, Yet Vastu, that Vastu, Yet, here Vastu is Sad Vastu. Yet Vastu, Sad Vastu, Rupam, Brahma, Bhrantiya, by Bhranti, by delusion, Bhrantiya, Bhranti, Brahmena, Bhrantiya, Yatha, Yena Gaganadi Rupena Vartate, Akasha Rupena Vartate, Bhrantiya, Brahma, Tat, Shrutyartha Paryalochanena, Vicharena, Paritaha Alochanam, which is well inquired into. There is all-sided inquiry of the reality of the Gagana with the help of Shruti. Shrutyartha Paryaya Lochanena Viparyeti. Viparyeti ityukte Gaganadi Bhavam Parityajya Vitya iti Krutva Parityajya. Gaganadi Bhavam Parityajya means it is Mithya, therefore Parityajya. Sadrupam Brahma eva iti. Sadvastu is Brahma. The Brahma alone it is. Tataha Shruti Vicharena Vastu Yatatmya Darshana Sambhavat. Otherwise not possible. Vastu Yatatmya Darshana Sambhavaha tu Shruti Vicharena eva bhavati. Therefore Vastu Yatatmya is Yatha Bhavam, Yatha Vartate. Tasya Yatatmyam, as it is. Yatha Atmanaha, Yatha Atma, two words. Yatha Yatatmyam iti Tadita. Tamasa and then Tadita. Yatatmyam. Yatatma. Atma is its nature, not to Sachidananda Atma. Atmanam atikramya. Yatatma. Tadita is yatatmya. So that not transgressing its nature, its swarupa. So it is the nature of the vastu. Darshana. यातात्म्य दर्शनम वस्तुनः यातात्म्यं वस्तु यातात्म्यं तस्य दर्शनम दर्शनस्य संभवात् कथम विचारेण श्रुति विचारेण therefore संभवात् वियत् चिन्त्यता वियत् विचार्यता should be inquired into the reality of the akasha. So therefore the inquiry into the akasha not yet started, is going to be started, therefore it should be inquired. Seeing the Akasha, one should not take it for granted. It is real. It is not real because what is seen, what is perceived also is not real. It may be Anubhava. It may be one's Anubhava, but still need not be real. Sky is blue. It is our Anubhava. Everyday Anubhava. But is it real? The sky is always colorless. The blueness is not real. Pratyaksha. It is Anubhava. Every day we experience. Mirage water we experience. It is not real. So, therefore, that which is experienced need not be real. Akasha is experienced, not real. That's what mithya. So, sati iti vaktum na shakyate, asati iti api na vaktum shakyate. That is why mithya. That's why we need a term, ontological term, mithya. Sat vasat asadbyam anirvachaniyam. That is why it is dismissed. We are not dismissing the vyavaharika aspect. Vyavaharika is there, but vyavaharika also it is. Within Vyavaharika, it has as much reality as it deserves. Not beyond that. The reality of that is Dharma Eva. Therefore, inquiring into the nature of the Akasha, we come to know that it is Mithya. Therefore, Vicharyata, Vyat Vichara. Therefore, Akasha Vichara. Akasha Viveka Vichara. That is what is going to be started from the shloka. Therefore, we arrive at the right perception of the Vastu. Akasha and Brahma. What is Akasha? What is its nature? And Brahma. Brahma Swarupam, Akasha Swarupam. So now the next shloka. So from here, 67 starts. Akasha Vivekaha, inquiry into the Akasha, the reality. Even though we perceive all the Panchabhuta, Akasha is one of the Panchabhuta, but is it real? Is it real? It is not real. When Akasha is Mithya. After inquiry, we will see that. When Akasha is Mithya, then what about the other elements? They're also Mithya. Then what about the Bhautika? They're also Mithya. Then what about the entire Jagat? Mithya. So that is why Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. So the Adhyaropa done. Now, Apavada. Apavadena Akashasya Swarupam Yatva Mithya iti Kritva Tadeva Vicharaha. Mithya is done from here. So Viveka is done. Akasha Viveka, Vyat Vivekaha starts from this shloka 67 onwards. Up to 66 is only the preparation, preparing for the Vichara, Viveka Vichara. Of 67 onwards, Vichara starts. Real Viveka Vichara starts. Let us read. भिन्ने वियत्सति शब्द भेदात् बुद्धेश्च भेदतः
भिन्ने
यत्
वियत्सति
सति शब्दः भेदाद्वेषस्य भेदतः
वाय्वादिष्वनुवृत्तं सन्नतु व्योमेति भेदधीः
वायुवादिष्वनुवृत्तं सन्निधो व्योमेति भेदधीः
तद्भिः।
By seeing the shloka, you cannot understand the meaning. You have to do spiritual thinking and what are the words, what vibhakti, what vacharam, kriya, padam, all these things, analyze. Then only you will see. The shloka really is speaking simple, like the previous shloka. Previous shloka is simple. Seeing that you can understand. Shruti evam shruti vicharat, panchami vibhakti. Yata yad vastu bhasate, simple, you can understand. Yat vastu yata bhasate, that vastu which appears, so, shruti vicharatra, after vichara, it is negated. Therefore, one may inquire into the nature of the akasha. Tataha chintyatam yad. Sim- Meaning is similar here also. But in the beginning, when you start with them, it may look something difficult, but it's not difficult. Binne vyat sati. Vyat sati is dvanda samasa. Vyat cha satcha. Vyat sati binne dvivachanam. Pratama dvivachanam. Vyat sati binne binnam binne. Napumsakalinga. Binnam binne. Vyat sati binne. Vyat sati. Vyat sati binne. Vyat and sati. Binne. Different. How it is different? Shabda Vedat. Vyat Akashaha. Sat Brahma. Day two. Dvivachanam. Day two. These two. Binne. They are different. These two are different. How do you say they are different? Shabda Vedat. Because the Shabda, the word is used. If it is same, then why do we repeat two different words? It is not Paryaya Shabda also. They are different. If Paryaya Shabda is that, then we will not use it also. We don't say Akasha Vyat. Paryaya Shabda don't go together. In the place of Vyat, we can use Akasha, we can use Gagana, we can use K, Kha, Iti. Any one word can be used. So Vyat Sati, it's not Paryaya Shabda. So two different words are used. Vyat Sati. Two different words means a word has got Shabda Pravritti Nimitta. So each word has its particular application usage is there. So therefore, Vyat Sati iti Shabda Vedat भेदः अस्ति एव शब्दभेदात् भेदः भिन्नः भवति इति सत् सत् इति ब्रह्म आकाशः इति व्यत्सतोः भेदः भेदः स्पष्टं भवति कथं भेदात् शब्दतः शब्दभेदात् व्यत्सति भिन्नः इति ज्ञातुं शक्यते two different words are there therefore two are different बुद्धेश्च भेदतः buddhi also in our cognition also in our buddhi also two different words vyat iti one word ekah shabdah vyat anya shabdah sat two different words shabdatah vedah asti and also our buddhi means buddho understanding the cognition the pratyaya when I utter the word vyat there is a pratiti there's a pratiti there is an understanding there is a pratyaya happens in the buddhi vyat and we see when I say sat so two different cognition understandings happen in our buddhi it happens two different knowledges vyat iti shabdena vyat pratitihi sat iti shabdena sat pratitihi sat buddhihi vyat shabdena vyat iti pratak shabdena vyat buddhihi sat iti shabdena pratak shabdena अन्य शब्देन सत् बुद्धिः बुद्धितः बुद्धेः अपि भेदः शब्दात् अपि भेदः शब्दतः भेदः अस्ति तयोः व्यत्सतोः बुद्धितः बुद्धि 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 भेदात् अपि भिन्ने भिन्ने भवति व्यत्सति भिन्ने भवतः therefore बुद्धेश्च भेदतः शब्दतः अपि भेदः अस्ति बुद्धेः अपि भेदतः therefore words, two different words, and therefore two different cognitions. Therefore, these two are two different things. Fine. That is what the first line. Vyatsati binne. Then Shabda Veda. Shabda Vedat. Vyatsati binne staha. Buddheschapi Vedataha. Vedataha is Vedat. Panchami. Panchami arthe tasil. Tasil pratyaya. Buddhehe. Buddhehe is jnana. Cognition. Understanding. So Buddhehe jnanasyapi Vedataha. Asti eva. Vyatsati bhinne bhavataha. That is the first line. Vaivadishu anuvrittam san natu vyoma iti vedadihi. Vaivadishu, Vayu adishu, adipadad Vayu agni apaha prithvi. Vaivadishu. Vaivadishu bahuvrihi. Vayu adihi yeshante Vaivadihi. So Vaivadishu teshu Vaivadishu. Vaivadishu anuvrittam sat. Sat is anuvrittam. Sadvastu anuvartate. Vaivadishu anuvartate. Natu vyoma. Sadvastu, sad existence inheres in the other elements, other bhuta. Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. But what about this Vyat, Akasha? Vyatatu na anuvartate. Sadvastu anuvartate, Vaivadishu. Kintu Vyat, Vaivadishu na anuvartate. Iti Vedadihi. Vedadihi, Vedasya Dihi, Buddhihi. Iti Vedasya Jnanam, Buddhihi, Dihi. Vedadihi, Vedasadihi, therefore, Vyatasati, Pinne, Eva. Therefore, these two are, though they are mixed up, these two are different. Why they are different? Existence, that Sat doesn't, Sat alone inheres in the other elements, not the Vyat. Sat is inheres in other elements, and Tasya Anuvart, Tataha Anuvrittam, Anuvartanam Bhavati, Kintu Vyataha Anuvartanam Na Bhavati. Therefore, Vedadihi, this is called Viveka. Applying this, therefore, the Akasha and the Vyata, even though they are mixed up by Maya, they are different. They are different alone. Vedadihi, this is called Vedadihi, Vivekadihi. This is called discriminating, clean and clear discernment of the nature of Vyat and Akasha. So, if they do not, if the Sat doesn't inhere, doesn't, if Sat na anuvartate, tataha anuvartam na bhavati, chet, targi, Sat, can it be real? Can it be? It is not, but, sorry, doesn't inhere, Vyataha, anuvartam na bhavati, vaivadishu. Therefore, Vyat, can it be real? Vyataha, one may ask here, another point. No, Akasha, the Vyat doesn't inhere, fine. But Akashasya gunaha anvartate. We are not talking about the guna. We are talking about the only the element. Akashasya gunaha anvartate. Kintu Akasha anvartate. Akashasya gunaha. Because it is a parent. Akasha plus Brahma, from that only Vayu comes. Vayu Brahma. Akashasya gunaha. It's simple to understand. The son inherits the guna of the parent. The parent is not in the son. The parent cannot operate. The father cannot operate from his body and from the son's body. Parent is different. How it is different? Two individual shariram, two separate body. How can the parent, the father A, can operate in the son's body B? They are different. But father's guna inherits the son. Similarly, आकाशस्य गुणः अनुवर्तते किन्तु आकाशः न अनुवर्तते. But Sat is not like that. Sat anuvartate eva. Sat anuvartate eva. Vina Sat na kinchidapi vartate. Therefore, Akasha is missing in the Vaivadishu, whereas Sat is there. Anvaya Vitireka. We apply Anvaya Vitireka. Therefore, minus Sat, Akasha cannot exist. Vaivadishu cannot exist. But minus Akasha, Sat can exist. Therefore, which is real? Which is what is possessed? Which is a possessor? So, Vichara. So, therefore, from this we can understand our conclusion, previous conclusion was wrong. What is our previous conclusion? Akasha was Dharmi. Akasha is taken to be Dharmi and Sat is taken to be Dharma. If that is so, if Akasha is Dharmi, the Dharmi should inhere in the other elements. Doesn't. Whereas Sat, which was wrongly taken to be Dharma, that inheres. Therefore, Sat cannot be Dharma. Sat has to be Dharmi and Akasha has to be Dharma. So Akasha doesn't exist, doesn't inhere. Sat inheres, therefore Sat has to be Dharmi. Therefore, Sat is Dharmi, Akasha is Dharma. Sataha Dharmaha Akashaha. Ataha Sataha, all the way it inheres. It cannot be destroyed. It is inheres, without which there is nothing is left out. Nothing can exist. Vaivadishu, Anuvrittam Sat, Sat Anuvartate, Na Vyoma. Therefore, from this, what we understand? From this, we understand that which do not inheres in the other consequent elements. That must be dharma of that which inheres throughout. Therefore, Akasha is dharma and Sat must be dharmi. We can clearly discern the difference. Maya does the job of swapping the role of possessor-possessed. Now, by Vichara, that is cleared. Now, who is a possessor? Sat is a possessor, and what is possessed? Akasha is possessed. So, Apavada is done, now removed. So, therefore, first they are separated. First they are separate should be understood. That is why in the first line it is says, Shabdataha Vedaha Asti, Uddeshapi Vedataha Vartate Eva. Having understood that they are different, because why it should be understood different? Because two are mixed up in our cognition. Therefore, it should be separated cognitively. Then having separated them, then understand the nature of Viyat. Viyat doesn't inhere, therefore it must be Mithya. It is not real. And Sat inheres throughout. Therefore it must be the Dharmi. It is Sat. That's what Acharya says. Vedadihi iti. Okay, therefore Sat, the isness, the astitvam, anuvartate eva, whereas Akasha doesn't inhere. Akashasya gunaha anuvartate, kintu Akashaha na anuvartate. Therefore buddhi vedaha, vedadihi. Therefore vedadihi, by vedadihi, veda dihi buddhihi. Vedasya dihi jnanasya. Jnanasya, vedadihi. Vedasya jnanam. Akasha satyomnoho veda jnanam bhavati. The clean distinction between the Akasha and Sat is understood. Tika says, Vichara Swarupam Darshiyati. Swarupam. Therefore, Swarupa Nirnaya. Swarupam of Akasha to be known. Why? In order to dismiss it. Binna iti. Binna iti pratignyarthi hetum maha. Binna iti acharya. It is the pratignya. तस्य हेतु माह शब्द इति शब्दे इति यत् शब्दयोः अपर्यायत्वात् इत्यर्थः. That also Tikakara says aparyaya shabda. They are not paryaya shabda, aparyayatva ityartha yetu yatvantaram aha. Aparyayatva, therefore yet sati, two different words are used. Therefore shabdataha vedaha asti buddhescha iti. Tam eva ketam vishadayati vaivadishu yetu vaivadishu bhuteshu sana vayu sat tejaha iti evam prakarena anuvartam vasate. And he says the tam eva hetum vishadayati. Vaivadishu iti. Vaivadishu iti. Vaivadishu bhuteshu sat anuvartate. Sat, that is sat vayu, sat tejaha, san apaha, sat, sati apaha. Apaha is Srilinga. And it is also, it is Nitya Bhagavachanam. Therefore, it should be sati apaha, then prativi, sat prativi, sati prativi. Iti evam prakarena, by this prakarena, anuvartam bhasate. Kasya anuvartam, sataha anuvartam bhasate. Vyomatu, naivam bhasate. Iti yat jnanam, that jnanam is Vedadi, Veda buddhi ityartha. The jnanam which is generated out of this inquiry. This is called Vedadihi, Veda jnanam, Veda buddhi. Tena sadvyomnoho prataktam. It Mayaya, by Maya, which is Tadapyam, Apanam, Tat Pratak Karanam Bhavati, Veda Buddhi, Ityartaha. Then the next shloka, let us read, so number 68. So the Viveka is done. Viveka is a cognitive process. So understanding the Mithyatvam and Shatyatvam. So it's purely cognitive. Nothing is done outside. Akasha is there. It's available. It's a perception. It has got Avakasha. Avakasha, Swabhavaha, Akasha, all everything will be there. Nothing will go away because we understand it will not disappear. Okay. You know it very well. Sky is colorless because you know it as blueness goes away. No, that remains as it is. So it's all only in buddhi. That is why a jnani also, he has jnanam. This vision towards the jagat changes. His vyavahara may be seen, maybe same as that of the other people, but his vision, it changes. Therefore, his response changes. The way he lives is different than the way the, the Ajnanis live, the Loka, the people, Lokika lives. The way he lives is different than the way the Lokika lives. So, therefore, the things being what it is, he knows it is Mithya. Therefore, he is not touched by the Mithya. Because it is Mithya, it's Mithya, he knows it has got only Vyavaharika Satta, only transactional utility. There is nothing other than that. Including his own Sharira. But what to talk about? Shariram also, he will have only objective outlook with regard to his own Sharira. So he will not entertain Satyatva Buddhi. That because of Jnanam. So no Satyatva Buddhi towards his own Sharira Manasangatha. So just doing the Vyavahara in the world like other people, but not at the same time, not affected by that, not tainted by that. That way Padma Pataram Vambasa iti, that Drishtanta and all given. Fine, the next shloka number 68. Let us read. Sadvastvadikaditvat dharmigyo nastu dharmata. Sadvastvadika. Okay.
Sadvastvadika
Satvasta
धर्मयो नस्तु धर्मता.
That's why I read the second time. Sadvastvadika. Sadvastvadika vrittitvat dharmi vyomnastu sarmadharmata.
सत्त्वधिकवृत्तित्वात् धर्मिभ्योऽम्नस्तु धर्मता
धिया सतः पृथक्कारे भ्रूगि व्योम किमात्मकम्.
धिया सतः
धिया
पृथक्कारे
सतकारे भूरि व्योम
व्योमकिमात्मकम्.
किमात्मकम्
So, आकाशः आकाशः therefore vastu sadvastu dharmi, because Veda Buddhi, the clear Jnana Buddhi, Jnanam, having understood Viyat and Akasha and its reality, its nature, now Sadvastu is Dharmi, Akasha is Dharma. Therefore, Sadvastunaha Dharmaha Akashaha. तस्य प्रतिपादनं क्रियते आचार्येण अस्मिन् श्लोके. कथं? See, another the previous shloka itself, Acharya has done Anvaya Vyatireka. Anvaya Vyatirekena Dharmadharmitvam Dharmadharmitvasya Pratipadanam Kriyate. Atmi shloke api. In this shloka, he does it explicitly. Previous shloka, that there is no usage of the word Anvaya Vyatireka, but we know what is Anvaya Vyatireka. That is not said, but we know it. That which inheres. Sat is inheres. Tasya anuvartanam. Therefore, that has to be Satya, without which even the Akasha and all cannot exist. In the absence of Akasha and all, Satya exists. Sadeva Somyedam Agrahasi. Therefore, Sadvastu is Satyam Akashadihi Akashadeha Dharmaha iti. Sadvastuna Dharmaha iti. Purve api prativadyate asmin shloke tasya dhridi karoti. Katham is taking the vyapti, adhika vritti. Adhika vrittitvat. Adhika vritti. Adhika vritti means pervasiveness. Adhika vritti, extensive, pervasive. Simple logic. Yaha अथवा यस्य अधिकवृत्तिः अस्ति सः धर्मी भवति. That which is more pervasive, more extensive, that must be dharmi. That which is more extensive, more pervasive, यः अधिकदेशे वर्तते सः धर्मी भवति. यस्य अधिकवृत्तिः अधिकवृत्तिः अस्ति सः धर्मी भवति. अधिकवृत्तित्वा, that is हेतु. Because of more extensiveness, pervasiveness, sadvastu dharmi bhavati. See, dharmi, here it is sat is napumsakalinga, therefore dharmi, dasva. Dharmin shabda. Dharmi, dharminau, dharminaha, pulling. Napumsakalinge, nakaranta shabda. What do we declare nakaranta shabda? Napumsakalinge. Napumsakalinga, it will be Tatama Bhakti Ekavachanam will be dharmi. That's why dharmi rasva. Pullinge, it is like Karin shabda, Kari. Karino, Karinaha, Dharmi, Dharmino, Dharminaha. Here, Dharmi, because it is qualifying, it is subjective complement to Sat. Sat Adhika Vrittitvat, the Anvaya would be like that. Adhika Vrittitvat, Sadvastu Dharmi Bhavati. Sadvastu is Dharmi, is a possessor. So, same Samana Vivakti, Samana Adhikaranam, subjective complement. Adhika Vrittitvat, Sadvastu. Sadvastu is one word, Sadva, Samasa, Sadvastunaha. Satah Vastu, Sadvastu. Sadeva Vastu, in fact. Satah Vastunaha, I'm trying to say, is Karmadharya. Sadeva Vastu. Sadvastu, Dharmi. It is a Dharmi. So, Nakaranta Shabda. Nakaranta Shabda it is. Not like karman. Karman is, of course, karman ananta. You have to take inanta. Whatever may be the inanta shabda. We have got many. We have seen gunin, for example. Guni, gunini, gunini, napumsakalinga. So dharmi, dharmini, dharmini. Here, if you decline, it will be like that. So dharmi is pratama vibhakti. Sadvastat adhikavrititva sadvastu dharmi bhavati. Adhikavrititva means adhikadeshe. Tasya vyaptihi. Adhikam bhavati ityartaha. Adhika, that's what adhikavritti. Vyaptihi. And what about dharma? Vyomnastu dharmata. Okay. Dharma will talk, but he says here, Vyomnaha akashasya tu dharmata. Dharmatvam. So, sadvastu is dharmi, akasha is dharma. Vyomnaha shashti vibhakti. Vyomnaha dharmatam bhavati. Ityukte Vyomaha dharmaha bhavati. Kasya sadvastunaha. Kimartam? This sadvastu is adhikadeshe vartate. Vyomaha akasha putra tasya vyaptihi adhikadeshaha adhikadeshe na nyunam eva. Tasya vyaptihi, it is less extensive, less pervasive. So nyuna deshe vartate. Sataha sadvastu adhikadeshe vartate ataha sat dharmi bhavati. Akashaha tu nyuna deshe vartate is pervasiveness is limited. Why it is limited? Because it doesn't pervade Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. Only guna in there, that is different. But Akasha doesn't pervade. It stops with itself. Therefore, that has to be dharma. So, but what was before? Vicharat purvam. Shruti, vicharat purvam. Dharma dharmitvam vaiparityena avakalpage. Dattena avakalpage. Dharma dharmitvam. Abhinnatam apadya dharma dharmitvam viparitena viparitataya maya shakti avakalpayet. Now what happens? It is distinctly understood. First is pratak karanam. First is both are separated. Now reversing that. What was taken to be dharma and what was taken to be dharmi, the role reversal is done. By how? By viveka. So reversing the mixing up of dharma and dharmi because of this abhinata, now it is reversed. Now sadvastu is given back its dharmitvam and akasha is given back its dharmatvam. How do you give back? Physically, not physically, all happen in your buddhi. That is why viveka, vichara, all this understanding, it's all nothing but understanding. So vyomnaha dharmatam prapno, vyomnaha dharmatam bhavati, vyomnaha dharmata bhavati. Dharmata is status of being a dharma, dharmatvam vityataha, ta, tasil pratyaya. Akashaha dharmaha bhavati, sadvastu dharmi bhavati. Previously it was akashaha dharmi bhavati. Previously vicharat purvam, viveka vicharat purvam, akashaha dharmi, sadvastu dharma. Idanim adhika vrittitvad, after inquiring, after Shruti vichara, after inquiring into the nature of these two things, because the two things are intensely, closely, intimately mixed. Now vichara, pratak karanam is done. Vichir, viveka is done. Pratak karanam is done. And there is now the dharmitvam and dharmatvam is appropriately given. Given to sadvastu is given the dharmitvam and vyoma is given the dharmatvam. So vyoma is dharma, sadvastu is dharmi. Then diya sataha. So having done this, the reason is already told. Adhika vritti. Adhika vritti is sadvastu anuvartate. Akashadishu, panchabhuteshu, akashadarabhya. Vayuvadishu anuvartate. Adhika vritti. Why adhika vritti? If you ask, yes, in the inners, not only that, further, all the elementals, entire jagat. Adhika desha vrittitva. Adhika vrittitva ityukte adhika desha vrittitva sadvastu dharmi. Akashaha putra swasminyeva vartate. Therefore, nyuna deshe eva vartate. Therefore, dharmaha iti. So, dharmaha, then, ataha, diya sataha pratak kare. कथं तस्य पृथक्करणं भवति? धिया बुद्ध्या पृथक्कारे पृथक्करणं बुद्ध्या पृथक्करणं कृत्वा पृथक्कारे सति सतः पृथक्कारे धिया सतः पृथक्कारे by buddhi it is separated धिया किम आत्मकं ब्रूहि having separated cognitively धिया by proper vivekatah satah धिया सतः having discriminated sat, having separated sat from vyoma, kimatmakam bruhi, kimatmakam bruhi, tritak karane sati, bruhi, vyoma kimatmakam. Then tell me what is the swarupam of vyoma? Kim atmakam, kim swarupam? Please tell what is the swarupam of vyoma? Akashasya swarupam, kim vadatu. So, akasha swarupam, akasha is mithya. Akasha is mithya. आकाशस्य किमात् ब्रूहि व्योम किमात्मकं पृथक्कारे सो आकाशः मिथ्या इति so therefore akasha is mithya. If akasha is mithya, then how does akasha enjoy satyatvam? That is because of sadvastu sambandha. Sadvastu sambandhat eva akashe sattvam pratiyata asit purvam. Akashasya now it is when it is understood akashasya पृथक्करणं पृथक्कारे आकाशस्य किं भवति आकाशस्य सत्त्वं निवार्यते द सत्त्वा इज निवार्यते आकाशस्य सत्त्वं निवार्यते when sattva is negated the reality that exists then what is akasha then mithya akasha is nothing. Akasha is nothing. Sat is removed from Akasha. Akasha asti. Asti part is not, doesn't belong to Akasha at all. Because Sat is Dharmi. Akasha is Dharma. Then what will happen to this Sat, this Dharma Akasha? Doesn't exist at all. Mithya eva. Doesn't exist means it is Sadbinnaha Akasha, therefore Mithya. Akasha cannot exist apart from Sat, therefore doesn't exist apart from Akasha. If we say doesn't exist, it doesn't mean Asat. We cannot say it is Asat because if it is Asat, na pratiyeta. Sat, chet, na bhadyeta. We have get into problem. That's why we use the word mithya. Please note. This is important. Akashe kim avashishyate pratakkare. Having separated Sat from this mixture. Sat is separated cognitively. Then what is left out there? Akasha doesn't have any leg to stand. Akasha falls apart. Falls apart means it is not real. Sadbinaha Akashaha Mithya. Not only Akasha, anything which is different from Sat is Mithya only. Mithya, again, Mithya has got Vyavaharika reality. That is Sat Asadhyam Anirvachaniyam. We cannot say Akasha, Vyoma is Sat. If Vyoma is Sat, Satchet, Na Bhadyeta, now it's negated. You see here, it is negated. Akasha is negated. This negation could not have happened. It's Akasha is Sat. Okay, if it is Asat, na pratiyeta, then Akasha itself will not be available for our cognition. It is available. It's available for, because how do you say it's available? Avakasha. I'm being, my body is accommodated. Where it is accommodated? In the Akasha only. Therefore, Akasha must be there. So, therefore, Akasha astiva nastiva. We cannot say both. It is sad asadhyam anirvachaniyam. From the standpoint of the Paramarthika, it doesn't exist. What is there? Only Sat. Dharma doesn't exist it doesn't exist of its own. That's a common knowledge we have. We know this. Neelam Utpalam. Neelam doesn't exist apart from Utpala. Where the Neelam would be? The Neelam, the color must be in the Utpala. Minus Utpala, where is Neelam? Neelam cannot exist. Dharma cannot exist. Dharma goes away. Dharma exists. Existence is dependent existence. That's why we say Mithya. So, therefore, it exists means it has dependent existence. We cannot say it exists by itself. We cannot say because it doesn't exist of its own. Therefore, we cannot say it doesn't exist. It exists, and its existence is dependent existence. So, because it enjoys dependent existence, therefore we cannot say it is Sat. We cannot say it is Asat. It exists at the same time doesn't exist independently. Then what word you have to use? Sat you cannot use. If it is Sat, na badhyata, you can negate it. We negated Akasha, just so we negated. That is why the question is asked, Akashasya, Vyoma Kimatmakam iti. Satchet na badhyata, Asatchet na pratiyeta. If it is Asat, then it is not, it cannot be available. It's available. It is Avakashaha, Swabhavaha. We are all accommodated. Therefore, Akasha must be there. So it is there at the same time, it is not there. It means what? In between. Sad Asad Vyam Anirvachaniyam. Mithya iti. That is why Mithya. So Akashe kim avashishyate. Sataha pratakara. If you separate Sat from Akasha, what will be there in the Akasha? Nothing. Nothing means it doesn't, as a dharma, it doesn't have substance of its own because it is dharma. So, therefore, it is mithya. Therefore, it is mithya. Aka vyoma kimatmakam bruhi mithya iti. That is what Acharya is going to say. Kimatmakam bruhi. It's just an appearance, the semblance. It's an appearance only. Jagat is an appearance. The Jagat is an appearance. So, that is the reality. That is the reality. So, we don't dismiss Jagat as completely non-existent. At the same time, we don't say Jagat is completely existent. It is Sat Asadbyam Anirvachaniyam. It has relative existence. Its existence is dependent on Vastu. That is the answer for the question Acharya is going to say. Now let us quickly read the Tika. Evam Sat Akashayoho Vedam Prasadya, having presented the Veda, the difference between the Sat and Akasha, Vyomnaha Satta iti Bhrantya Pratitasya Dharma Dharmi Bhavasya Vicharena Vyatyam Darshati. Vyomnaha Satta, Vyomnaha Dharmaha iti, the Dharma Dharmitvam which was mixed up, which was the role which was swapped before, the Bhranti Darshanam. When Bhranti, when the vision was clouded, when the right knowledge is not there, Brahmena, there is a mix-up, there is a transfer of this Dharma Dharmitvam between Akasha and Sat. Now, that is, by Vichara, it's Vyatyam Darshayati, it's removed. Sadvastu iti. Ruparasadishu anuvrittasya. Ruparasa is referring to the other bhuta. Dravyasya akasha vayvadishu anuvrittasya satah dharmitvam rasadibhyaha vyavrittasya rupasya vayvadibhyaha vyavrittasya navasaha dharmatvam ityartaha. Ruparasa gandha adishu anuvrittasya dravyasya akasha vayvadishu anuvrittasya satah dharmitvam. So Akasha, Vaya, etc. There, what hinders is Sat. Therefore, Sat is Dharmi. Rupa Rasadeshu Anuvrittasya Dravyasya Eva. Akasha Vaibhadeshu Anuvrittasya Satah Dharmitvam. So Satah, Sat alone inheres in all. Rupa Rasa, Gandha, etc. Anuvrittasya Dravyasya. Akasha Vaibhadeshu Anuvrittasya Satah Dharmitvam. Rasadibhyaha Vyavrittasya Rupasya. Vaibhadibhyaha. See, Rupa Rasa Gandha in this. Rupa Rasa Adishu. Dravyasya. Dravyasya, the guna of the previous elements inheres. That is inheres. But Dharmi is that alone inheres. रसादिभ्यः व्यावृतस्य रूपस्य in rasa where is rupa रसादिभ्यः व्यावृतस्य रूपस्य वायुवादिभ्यः व्यावृतस्य नभसः in vayu there is no akasha, in rasa there is no rupa, therefore they are all dharma, and what inheres throughout that is dharmi, that is sat alone dharma inheres in the other element there is no guna of the other element. So therefore they must have individual dharma. Akashasya in other element akashasya gunaha anuvartate. Therefore akashasya guna is shabda. Similarly akasha vayu sparsha. Sparsha is not there in akasha. Akasha shabda, then vayu sparsha, shabda sparsha, rupa is of the agni. Rasadibhyaha vyavurtasya rupasya. Rasadi, etc. Gandha rasa. They are not in the rupa, in the agni. Therefore, vaivadibhyaha vyavurtasya nabasaha. Similarly, akasha, in the vayu, etc. Akasha is not there, absent. Therefore, they are all dharmatvam. Dharmatvam ityartaha. Nanu tarhi ghataadi binna rupasya yatha vastavatvam तथा सतः भिन्नस्य नभसः अपि स्यात् इति आशङ्क्य तद्व्यतिरिक्तस्य नभसः दुर्निरूपत्वात् नायवमित्याह दिया इति घटादिभिन्नरूपस्य यथा वास्तवत्वं घटादिभिन्नरूपस्य. So for example, different from ghata, so if we take pata, घटादिभिन्नरूपस्य यथा वास्तवत्वं तथा सतः भिन्नस्य नभसः स्यात् इति आशङ्क्य. Ghata and pata are different. Ghata is different from pata. For example, ghatat pataha binnaha. Therefore, can we say pata is mithya? No. That's what the Purva Pakshi is asking here. Ghatad binna rupasya yatha vastavatvam tata. Similarly, see, ghata is different from pata. Therefore, pata is mithya. Can we say? No, we cannot say. Because you are comparing two different things of the same reality. But Purva Pakshi says, as you cannot dismiss pata as mithya from the standpoint of ghata, similarly, you cannot dismiss nabas akasha as mithya from sata. Iti ashanka. Iti the Purva Pakshi. For that answer is ashankya sat vyatiriktasya nabasaha. Nabas akasha since cannot exist without sat. Durnirupatvat. Therefore, your drishtanta, therefore we are not negating the akasha, the reality of akasha, with regard to another one. We are negating from the standpoint of sat because minus sat akasha cannot exist. Sadvastunaha sambandhat eva akasha asti. But not like because of the sambandha pata, because of the gata sambandha pataha asti. Pataha exists independently. Gataha exists. So therefore pataha mityatvam katam bhavati na siddhyati. So gata and pata, two different things of the same reality. Therefore, with regard to gata, pata is mithya, we cannot say. We are not comparing the two things of the same reality. Here we are saying sat, without which akasha cannot exist. So that example what you give that is not a right example. Therefore, with ashanka, the doubt, tatra samadhanam, the acharya gives here nabasaha durnirupatvat. Sad vyatiriksasya nabasaha. Minus sadvastu akashaha na bhavati. Therefore, the doubt doesn't arise here at all. सद्वस्तुना सम्बन्धादेव आकाशः अस्ति. आकाशे सत्त्वम् अस्ति. आकाशः अस्ति इति वक्तुं शक्यते सद्वस्तुना सम्बन्धः. But there is no like that in gata and pata. Then we say gata सम्बन्धादेव पटः अस्ति. No. तत्र मिथ्यात्वं न सिद्ध्यति. किन्तु अत्र मिथ्यात्वं सिद्ध्यति. सद्वस्तुना सम्बन्धादेव आकाशः अस्ति. माइनस सद्वस्तु आकाशः नास्ति. अतः सद्व्यतिरिक्तस्य नभसः dur nirupatvat. Nabas akasha cannot be established without sadvastu. Therefore ma evam atra iti aha. Therefore it is not like gatadi binna rupasya iti the Acharya says. The example is Vyatireka Udaharanam Gatadi Binda Rupasya, where two different things are compared and the two different things are the same reality. But here we are doing between Sat and Vyoma of different reality. Minus Sat, Vyoma cannot exist. Therefore, Nabasaha Dur Nirupatvat Tad Vyatiraktasya Ma Evam Ityaha Diya Iti Buddhya. We'll stop here. We'll see the next of the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवादः
धन्यवाद शर्जी
Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवादः जी
Dhanyavadaha.